you can see, it's a beautiful day for the Occupy the PGA. We're out here on the beach trying to write a message in the sand for aerial shots. As you can see from the weather, the PGA may be postponed anyway. It doesn't look like anyone's flying around. It is a bit cold, windy, it's raining. Break, stop fascism in Michigan. Oh! Roger just went in the water. Got lightning flashing out there. Heading to Benton Harbor. Just to turn around and come home from the weather cancellation. And I've got about an hour of sleep in me from last night. Yeah, as I said, Roger and David are in the middle of writing "Stop Fascism." Roger in the dry sand is not showing up quite as well, but fascism's coming on the wet sand and dry sand. Oh! Water's gonna get me. Is water washing away the S already? Weird shit you do for Occupy in the morning with no sleep. Dedication. Whoa, that was over there. Lightning over there. We better get out of here. That was lightning right above us. You got a metal rake in your hand.
Somebody interviewed in December. Yep. And they asked him specifically about the Occupy Wall Street movement. And he was concerned that it wasn't focused enough. They didn't have enough specific demands. Any thoughts?
Really, that's interesting.
Well, seriously, man, you know, you have specific demands, then you get some of them met, you know, then you're really on a roll. You know?
I think the problem is that part of Occupy, most of Occupy doesn't think in those terms, because to make demands kind of insinuates that you are willing to work with the established system, and we're trying to work outside of it and form our own, you know? So we don't make demands, we just go about the alternative lifestyle. But it is, you know, at the same time, I'd like both to happen, honestly.
Yeah.
And hopefully we'll make some progress one way or the other.
Sure. The problem is most of the demands that what needs to happen first is a general education even within Occupy, but particularly beyond Occupy. People can't demand an end to a national state of emergency if they don't know there's a national state of emergency.
Yeah.
That's true.
Or they refuse to recognize it.
Yeah.
So, that's the protest over there. It's about 10, just before 10, and it's raining like hell outside.
Well, you know, what hits us hits them too.
Yeah.
PGA people, they're not going to be out there swinging their
Oh, no, not at all.
5 irons.
Not in this.
I think it's time for everybody to stand up and be counted, and I don't want there to be any doubt as to where I stand. I'm for democracy. I'm against emergency manager laws. I'm against attempts to intimidate people from voting. I'm 100% for democracy, and I want the whole world to know it.
Okay, and why are you against all these things? Why, in your mind, are they
That's
bad?
all part of a plot, basically, to subvert this country. People who are tremendously wealthy want the country run according to their interests, not ours.
Okay, and what are your interests?
My interests are freedom and equality fairness and justice for everybody.
Okay. And what do you hope to accomplish today by being here and participating in this work?
Well, I'm standing up and being counted, as I said. I'm hoping that other people will follow our lead.
Okay. And are you planning on coming back tomorrow? I think they may be doing something tomorrow.
I don't know. It depends upon the weather and a number of other things, but I definitely wanted to be here today.
Okay. Rain or shine, since we did get a little rain today?
Yes.
Okay. And did you come with anyone?
Yes, I came with my son and a friend of ours.
Okay. If there were one message you wanted to get out today from this, what would it be?
Stand up for democracy now before it's too late.
And why do you think this is a good venue to get that message out?
Well, this town is under a dictatorship now, as you know, under an emergency manager. It's not a question of whether the democratically elected government did a good job. It's not a question of whether the emergency manager is doing a good job. The question is one of democracy versus non-democracy. I'm standing up for democracy. Thank you.
Okay. And are any of your concerns with the PGA tournament being in town?
Well, I think it's very symbolic in a way. I mean, PGA suggests money. Well, the people of this town do not have a lot of money, wealth, or power. Part of their park has been taken away to build 3 holes in this golf course, and it was taken away both by elected officials and by the emergency manager. And I think it's a terrible thing. It's an unconscionable violation of trust. And it's just another symptom of what's going on in our country as a whole.
Anything else you want to share?
That's all. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Why do you want people to pay attention to what message should they get out of this?
Well, we are fighting this undemocratic law known as Public Act 4 that allows the governors to take over cities in Michigan. Now, Benton Harbor is not the only one, but it's the most and it's the most outrageous because the people of Benton Harbor who have a minimum income, the lowest in the state, per capita income of $10,000, and then we have Alter Ridge golf course with the resort that costs $5,000 to be a member, and it's just such an example of the golf that we're experiencing in this country between the rich and the poor. So everybody needs to pay attention to Benton Harbor. We're trying to do everything we can, even though I'm not from Benton Harbor, I'm from another city that also has emergency manager. We're doing everything we can to overturn this law. It's called Public Act 4, but we call it Corporate Act 4 because it's truly enrichment to the corporate interests and the money interests in the city.
By being here today and by marching, what do you hope to get out of this program?
Well, to bring attention to the situation, the local, and I'm sure you'll be talking to the local organizers, are asking for 25% of the proceeds from these tournaments to be put back into the city of Benton Harbor to be used to enrich the lives of the people.
What do you think of that idea?
I think it's an excellent idea. I mean, those of us that are experiencing something like what Benton Harbor is going through, like in Flint, where they're trying to sell off our public assets, the emergency manager can sell off the parks, our golf courses, hospitals, our airport, and other public assets that the people in Flint have paid into and maintained for many, many years. And now for pennies on the dollar, they can come along and grab it. So we think it's outrageous because of the deindustrialization in the Midwest, that we're not making cars and trucks anymore, that we're some kind of beast of burden to be ignored, that the riches that we have built, we made the cars, we paid the taxes, and now we're just going to be kicked to the curb. And they're taking our democracy in the process. So we're outraged about it. We're going to fight about it. We're going to come to Benton Harbor. We're going to go wherever we have to go to reverse this horrific act.
All right. Anything else you want to share?
No.
Okay. Thank you.
Nice job.
Well done.
You also from Ohio?
Yes.
All right. So why did you ladies make the drive to Benton Harbor today?
Well, we were involved in protesting the PGA. Maybe people aren't aware that there have been PGA protests before this one. The one we were in Dayton, Ohio was 43 years ago, 1969. The issues were very, very similar. Racism, redlining, the fact that a lot of money was being made by the city and that none of it was going to go to low-income housing or education or that sort of thing. So a group came together, said, you know, we are going to disrupt the PGA unless you guarantee us that some of this money is going to come into the community. They wouldn't negotiate. So we protested outside, but 11 of us also went inside, sat at different holes on the golf course, balls out on the green, hollered things. 11 of us were arrested for disrupting the actual tournament.
Any plans for something like that here?
I don't know. I'm from Ohio. I don't know anything about the local plans.
Okay, so why did you want to come here and protest where it's not your hometown?
It's the same thing that's happening all over the country and has been happening all over the country. We want people to know that Benton Harbor is not the exception. If it happened in Dayton, Ohio, 43 years ago, and we commend the people here for bringing it again to the attention of the whole nation as much as it can be presented to the whole nation. This just repeats and repeats and repeats that we spend tax money in cities to support the holidays and the recreation of the 1%. We do not address our city problems. We do not treat our citizens well with their own tax money. We only treat those who entertain themselves and can be entertained any place in the world.
Yes. The person who's speaking was the first woman ever to run for public office in Dayton, Ohio, also 1969, 43 years ago. That was half her life. She's now 86. I'm 69, and so we for peace and justice, and we're just excited that people in Benton Harbor, you know, are focusing on the PGA because it's where the rich people love to go and be and make money.
And this is what we're here for. And we're going after kitchen aid too, because that's important. That's one of the sponsors of this PGA. And Mercedes-Benz. They got over 300 Mercedes-Benz parked out there to chauffeur these folks around, and Mercedes haven't given us a dime to this city. Not a dime. So we want you to come in here and do the right thing. If you're not going to do the right thing, we're going to drag your name through the mud. That's how we're going to deal with it.
How does it make you feel that they're coming in and doing all this and you're not saying anything?
Well, it really makes me feel terrible. Because for the simple reason, they know that. But for years, they've been doing the same identical thing. They've been doing the same thing over and over and over again. And what they have done, they have lined up these ministers. You see, they lined them up to go against the people and to confuse them. Because most times, African Americans, they listen to these ministers. And that's why we're in such a compromising position today. Because they have been listening to these ministers rather than letting the ministers do the right thing. They're lined up. They're ready to charge forward. You see? But we're ready to push back on them. We're going to fight back. That's what we're going to do. We're going to fight back all over the country. Yeah. Woo! Fight back! Fight back! Fight back! Fight back! Fight back! That's right. Well, first of all, we got to start utilizing what we have, the tools that we have, and we got the people. See, people is sometimes better than money. You see, because one thing, these corporations, what they do, they need you to buy these products. So we have to stop buying their property. We probably can't afford a Mercedes-Benz, but we can drag their name in the mud so other people look at them that might not buy that Mercedes-Benz. Whirlpool, we don't need to buy no more washing dryers, stove and refrigerators, and anything that KitchenAid make. We don't want nothing KitchenAid make.
Economic sanctions.
That's right. That's what we gonna hit them. Boycott! 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 KitchenAid! That's it! That's it! I just want the people here in the city of Benton Harbor to wake up. That's right. Wake up. You've been bamboozled, not only by your pastor, by Whirlpool, Cornerstone Alliance, Trent, and all that stuff.
Snyder.
We're here. We're here to support you.
That's right.
And fight with you.
That's right.
And stand up for you.
That's right.
Amen. All you have to do is stand up for yourself. If you stand up, we can neutralize Whirlpool. We can bring them to their knees. And we can do it.
Yes, sir.
That's it.
Praise God.
All right.
All right.
That's it. There.
They sell nothing, they make nothing.
Class. All right. All right.
I'll get the microphone.
Oh, I almost got away with it. We have to take a stand for what's right. We got to tell them sooner or later that we're not going to take this mess no more. Enough is enough. And it's time for us to move forward. And we're demanding. We're not asking no more. We're demanding that they do the right thing. That's how we work.
And hopefully in 5 minutes we're going to be ready to go. We're going to wait till everybody is over here as close to these steps as possible.
We are coming here for justice when we come. We are coming here for justice. We are coming here for justice. We are coming here for justice when we come.
One more time.
We are coming here for justice when we come.
All right.
We are coming here for justice when we come. We are coming here for justice. We are coming here for justice. We are coming here for justice when we come.
We are coming to protest the PGA.
We are coming to protest the PGA. We are coming here for justice. We are coming here for justice. We are coming here for justice, PGA.
We're coming here for justice when we come. Come on.
We are coming here for justice when we come. We are coming here for justice. We are coming here for justice. We are coming here for justice when we come.
Okay. Reverend Pinckney and I saw a movie of, it was a documentary, and it was, part of it was a protest march in Washington, D.C. Some of you may have seen this. It was a couple years ago. And in this protest march, probably the most effective march that I've ever seen, we want to copy the idea of it. Pinckney's going to lead, and then about 10, 15 feet behind him is going to be a casket which has the words Benton Harbor residents on either side of it. 10 or 15 feet behind that is going to be an intermittent drum beat. And then what we'd really like to have happen, and what they did in Washington, was a single file silence the whole time, like a death march, and literally 10 to 15 feet between people in the single file line, so that it will be extremely long line. So you have to gauge it. You have to look in front of you all the time that you're marching or walking, and just make sure that you're a really good distance from the person in front of you. So it's going to get started at this intersection here probably, when you see Pinckney line up with the casket behind him, and that's going to be hopefully in just a few minutes. And I think that's about all I have to say.
And we've already had our song. We did pass out the words for Amazing Grace. Should we go ahead with that?
Yeah.
What happens? Okay, how about there? What happens when we get there?
Raphael.
What do we do when we get there?
We want your poem. Let's give him a hand for his poem. Yeah.
I didn't do it first.
Let's hear about Whirlpool.
Yes.
Sure, why not?
All right.
I love Benton Harbor.
Yeah.
I've been really proud to be here. The strength of your community is in your people. The Whirlpool, they can take all your jobs, but they can't take your dignity. And I'm just really happy and proud to know you guys.
All right. All right.
I composed a couple of poems. First, I want to thank the people from the Occupy movement for coming here. Oh yeah, that'd be great. And
Yeah, that's perfect.
Oh, I see what you mean. Okay, yep, I got it.
Could take off the mic.
sorry about the technical difficulties here. Anyway, people in the Occupy movement, if you're interested, we're having a inter-Occupy meeting tonight. We'll be meeting in the parking lot pretty close to 8 o'clock, assuming that Reverend Pinkney's stuff will be winding down by then. I don't know. If not, if there's still cool stuff going on, just as soon after 8 as is convenient. This first thing I got is about the Occupy movement. I wrote it when I was really cold in a tent in Detroit, and it goes like this. It's way past due for an occupation. It's the wave of hope in every nation. Storm the city park for a long vacation. I'm so ready for the occupation. I'm sick of the tricks of the 1%. Sick of wondering where the money went. Sick of choosing healthcare, food, or rent. I'm breaking out my occupation tent. Occupy Benton Harbor, you're the best. You rock harder than all the rest. I love the way you educate and protest. We're so proud to be your guest. We stand strong, white and black, and I got something else for your stack. We're ready for a non-violent attack, because the straw just broke the camel's back.
All right.
As for solutions, just wait and see. We'll decide by direct democracy what the path to tomorrow will be when the planet will be free. And, hello, check. What's wrong?
Something came off.
We get your legs.
I'm just that crazy. Okay, and one more poem. It's okay, the Benton Harbor poem. This is a thank you to the people of Benton Harbor. Whirlpool! What a whack company. Whirlpool! It's a natural catastrophe. Whirlpool! It pulls you under the sea. What they do to Benton Harbor, they can do to me.
That's right.
What have they done to your city? They've taken your jobs, but not your dignity. Your elders sent to rot in prison. They mock his word, but he has risen. You're young, lay bleeding in the street. They laugh now, but the story's not complete. They blindly take what Lincoln restored. We shall not rest while rights are ignored. And it's all because of Whirlpool. What a whack company! Whirlpool! It's a natural catastrophe! Whirlpool! It drags you into the sea. What they do to Benton Harbor, they can do to you and me. Well, one amongst us is not free. With no justice, no peace can be. They stole your park, a golf course to make. I want to see every stupid golf cart 6 feet in the lake. Police and judges in the EFM. A conspiracy of terror, it's us against them. They plotted in darkness, but their cover is blown. Thank you, Rachel Maddow. Well, they will reap as they've sown.
That's right. All right, we're getting ready to pull out.
Reap what you
Amazing Grace. And then we're done, and then we're going to separate 10 to 15 feet from each other in a very, very slow walk. Very slow. Do not forget. Slow. This is a death march.
Dirt.
The death of democracy. The death of the residents of Benton
Benton Harbor. But we're going to fight back. Ain't that right? Yeah. We're going to fight back. Yeah. We're going to fight back. 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 All right. All right. Let's have a little Amazing Grace. And as she be singing that, I'm going to be the first one over there. We're going straight out, Pipestone. Then we're going to make a left on Main Street, take Main Street all the way down to Riverview, and make a right on Riverview, and then we're going up that way. So let me get the casket and everything together, and I'll be right there by the time you get through singing.
Thank you, Reverend. Yeah. All right.
Here comes the casket
Dignity,
now.
nobility, fight back with nonviolence.
Hey.
If anybody wants to join in, you've got the words maybe on the little
We know the words.
for Amazing Grace. Amazing Grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me. I once was lost, but now am found. Was blind, but now I see. 'Twas grace that taught. 'Twas grace that taught my heart to fear, and grace my fears relieved. How precious is that grace appeared, the hour I first believed. Through many dangers, toils, and snares, through many dangers, toils, and snares, we have already come. 'Twas grace that brought us safe thus far, and grace will lead us home. Thanks for being here, everybody. When we get to our destination, there's going to be speakers and food, and we just have to wait until Reverend Pinckney is in place and ready to go.
This is Whirlpool on the right here. One of the many buildings. Of all the buildings that are closed and businesses that are finished and houses that are boarded up. Some of the fanciest, slickest, most modern, shiny, glassy buildings here in town are Whirlpool. They look brand new. Meanwhile, everything's being given up by the emergency manager. And the rest of the town looks kind of like that, only worse. By the PGA there, there it is. Look at the sheep, cattle going over that bridge over there. Way off in the distance. And the public safety city of St. Joe and some other cop cars are up here because of the protest, I'm sure. They wouldn't normally be here. There's some more interview going on in front of me. PGA tour over there. I just saw a deer over here in the bramble along the railroad tracks. We're getting close to the PGA area here. As you can see by this sign up here that says, "Welcome PGA guests." Marching into a park where I think we're gonna have access. Thank God there was just a porta potty at the entrance. This is actually PGA VIP parking, but because it's public land, public park, I guess they feel compelled to let us pass through. And as you can see, none of us are keying cars or slashing tires. We are a peaceful movement. We need to remind people all the time, as there are constant reports that try to paint us as everything but. There's a bit of a group there. There's a bunch of people who stopped back at the bathroom still, and most of the folks have already passed me by because I had to stop and use the bathroom myself. So I was at the front of the march, or pretty close, and now I'm pretty close to the back of it. I'm not really sure what kind of numbers we have here. 75, 100, I don't know. It's pretty close, it seems, to the size we had in Lansing last winter, or this past winter in January or so, I think it was. So right now I think we're heading out towards the beach, and we will, I think we're going somewhere, my guess is to where we have a view of the PGA. And the reason that is important is because if we have a view of the PGA has a view of us. And I think there is going to be a rally point where we'll have some speakers and things like that, and where we can just make some noise and try to bring some attention to the issues we're trying to raise here today. Emergency manager, public land stolen, Rick Snyder, and all that bullshit.
Holders only. No trust.
They didn't say what kind of ticket though. That's the key. I've got a ticket in my pocket for a parking garage in Chicago.
Right on. We're in. Yeah, who's ticket?
the right, that said ticket holders back there up those stairs. This orange fence, this green line says ticket holders only, no trespassing. This is public land. It's a public park that the emergency manager stole from the people of Benton Harbor and gave to a private golf course for people who make quite a bit more money than the average citizen from Benton Harbor. The mean income, I believe, is around $10,000 in Benton Harbor, and if you can believe that. And the annual cost to be a member of this golf course is $5,000. It is completely out of reach of the citizens it was stolen from, and this was approved and being pushed forward even by the city council before they were removed, so they were bogus in this too. The people have no democratic voice here whatsoever, and that's part of why we're here. Looks like we're going to circle back up here. Maybe this is the rally point. There is a gazebo and podium, although PGA cannot see us from here. Out of the rain, at least. There go the police. I guess they're gonna let us be.
We protest exploitation of the community of Benton Harbor by Harbor Shores, KitchenAid, Whirlpool, and the PGA of America. And we cannot forget about Mercedes-Benz. They have over 300 Mercedes-Benz serving our community. The Harbor Shore development came about only through the undermining of democracy in the city of Benton Harbor. Political pressure on public agencies, the theft of public land for private profit. That includes Whirlpool, that includes Harbor Shores, that includes KitchenAid, and then we're going to have to include the PGA of America. We need to stop talking about the senior PGA because that's just small potatoes. We got to go after the PGA. That's what we deal with. The senior PGA is little bitty potatoes. That's why they don't have a lot of folks here. This whole thing has been a failure. It's a failure. They're giving away tickets. If you buy 2 sodas, you get 10 tickets. So remember that. That's what's going on now. So what we're doing now, we're making sure that we're going to start preparing ourselves for 2014. But we got to start bringing our lawyers with us. That was a mistake that we made this time. But we're going to do better.
Yeah, I hope so.
It goes on to say, not only have they taken land, but the theft of water from the public. They was pumping water. They're pumping water right now out of the Paul River. Free. There's nothing but a bunch of thieves. Right? That's all they are. Crazy. Yeah. But what I want you to do, when you go back home, I want you to tell people about this thievery that's going on here in the city of Benton Harbor.
Barely.
It's being controlled.
Because people are
They got people control. They got everybody control.
We can do 2 things.
They're giving them $2 underneath the table, and they're jumping up like rabbits. But we're going to continue to fight. In April 2010, the city commissioners of Benton Harbor passed a resolution withdrawing support from the Harbor Shore development. But the senior PGA chose to ignore this voice Matter of fact, the commission voted against the PGA.
That's right.
They voted against the PGA. Yet they're still here today.
That's right.
The point is, they're here, and we don't want them here.
No, we don't.
But what we have to do, we got to start telling the world what's going on.
That's right.
We've been too silent around here. Too much silence, and that's how they get away with what they're doing. We got to continue to fight these folks. We got to make them put up a shell. That's something we can do. I know we can do it, but we got to work together. And we got to spread the word. The word is the most important thing we got. Here's another demand that we have. We demand a cancellation of the PGA, the senior PGA, and the regular PGA in 2014. We do not want them to bring the PGA here in 2014. So what we have to do, we got to get a letter writing campaign going. We got to make sure that we start now preparing for 2014. You got a lot of bad people living in Benton Harbor. A lot of bad people that's in a position to help the people. Bad people who want to complain to be good. Right now we're demanding a transfer of 25% of the 2012 senior PGA property to the citizens of Benton Harbor as a partial rightful compensation for stolen land and water. That's right. And for the purpose of meeting the budget, now here you go, living in the city of Benton Harbor, we're less than $5 million in the red. Yet these folks here having the time of their life. The 1% is here. But we have to start doing things to change the way they do business around here. Until we start putting the pressure on them, it's going to continue this way. We have to stand up. We have to stand up for what's right. Regardless of what they say, some of us going to have to go to jail. Some of us are going to have to go to jail. Bring it on. Bring it on. Bring it on. Chase them out of the community.
Lock them up.
They're doing everything. They're locking them up. They're doing everything under whirlpool influence. They're the ones who give it all the orders around here. They tell the police department what to do, and the police department follow their orders. And that's what they've been doing for years. But we have allowed them to get away with it. Get away with what we allow them to get away with. So that's why we have to understand that we need to see a whole different level. The bad people, you can't make bad people look good. No matter what you do, they're bad people. And we have to tell them how bad they are. If you can tell them how bad they are, they can do it. That's right. So we can do this. We can do it.
Wow. I guess I'll take a picture. Thank you. I'm sorry?
A kit to the PGA, Mercedes-Benz, and also the KitchenAid, telling them how to make.
Thank you.
They have not responded. Unfortunately, they're going to get another.
Okay. No, it's for
So what we're going to do now, we're going to start getting ourselves prepared for 2012. Up until 2014, we're going to start doing the things that we need to do to let them know that we're not taking this crap no more. We allow them to push us around. You know, they think it's all right, but it's not all right. So what we're going to do, we're going to take this thing to a whole different level. We're going to show the world what we mean. We got folks from all over here. the event, what we did, we sent a few packages to each of the bars. The man it showed some kind of consolidation with us. Not one of them has responded, but they might be wearing a black band. I have not witnessed whether they were wearing a black band or not. So if anybody can go to the TV station and see whether any of the golfers wearing a black band, would you please let me know? It's crucial that we know this. All right, it's crucial. But what we're doing now, we're getting ourselves prepared. And then let me tell you the history of the park itself. This was a beautiful, beautiful park.
Yes, it was.
Many people have gotten married here. So what they did, when Jack Nicklaus came here, they dumped about 5 tons of garbage on here. And they got busted. Somebody saw it. So what they were saying, that they didn't do it, they was moving the garbage around. So they came and the newspaper had they full coverage. TV station, newspaper, everything was covering that. So they wanted the world to think that this was garbage here. But we have to show these people that you can't fool us. This is a beautiful beach, and it belongs to the people. Yeah. It belongs to the people. 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 Not these greedy, blood-sucking corporations. All right. The PGA, with the ongoing exploitation of the residents of Benton Harbor by Harbor Shore World Food Kitchen Aid, the PGA of America and the senior PGA, and we got to remember this. Don't think about just the senior PGA. Like I say, they just small potatoes. So what we're going to do, we're going to get ourselves prepared and get ourselves ready. And we're going to start doing things now so we can start being prepared for later on. Amen. We can't control the weather, but we can control each other, which is more important than anything else. On that note, I got to bring on Jill Stein, and believe me, she will spread the word. Come on, let's give her a hand. Let's give her a hand.
I'm here because you're here. All right. And because you are leading the way for all of us across Michigan, across America, across the world. Well, because
Damn right.
We also deserve quality education. Instead of spending $1 trillion a year on this military-industrial security complex that does not make us more secure and does not make us sustainably industrial, we can spend that money on our schools here, and let's bail out our students. We bailed out the banks. It's time to bail out. To make public higher education free. It saves us money as an investment in our future. Our young people deserve it. That's right. All right. And the last thing I want to say is that we also need to bring the troops home now. All right. $1 trillion a year that we are spending on this bloated military budget that has not made us secure. Those bombs do not buy us peace. They just buy us more enemies. That's right. Lay the bombers to rest and bring the troops home and our more dollars. Our communities need it right here. All right. All right. The last thing I want to say to you is thank you for your courage. You are a model for the nation. For too long, we have been told to follow the politics of fear, that you do not dare to stand up for what you deserve and what you believe. We've been told we have to vote for the lesser evil or terrible things will happen. Well, a lot of people have been voting for the lesser evil knowing it wasn't quite what we needed. And what we found is that the politics of fear has brought us everything we were afraid of. Amen.
Right.
All right, all right. It's time to replace the politics of fear with the politics of courage. That is what the people of Benton Harbor are all about. That's what I will be talking about in my travels around the country. And I urge you to go to my website, jillstein.org, because together we are powerful. Together we are unstoppable. The battle of Benton Harbor is the battle of America and the battle of a peaceful, just, green planet for us all and our future. Thank you so much. We bring you greetings from Michigan Welfare Rights. We offer you courage from Michigan Welfare Rights. We bring you much love and support from Michigan Welfare Rights as well. It is an honor to be among revolutionaries all the time. Yeah. You know, we often wonder when I talk to different colleagues around the world, around the country, what is it around our people and about our people that makes us so slow to move? I had that discussion here today.
Yes.
It's the Richard Pryor story all over again.
Come on now.
Richard Pryor went to a motel room with a woman that was not his wife.
Yes.
The wife found out about it. Went to that location and demanded entrance.
Okay.
Entrance was refused. She jumped back and kicked the door and it jumped open. And Richard asked those inimitable words. Are you going to believe what I tell you, or are you going to believe your lying eyes? Now, clearly, the Maybe not.
That's right.
So many quote-unquote Democrats that suffer from spinal bifida. I don't understand this argument that continues to be raised. There's nothing I can do. There's more Republicans than there are Democrats, but every Democrat continues to go to the bank and cash that check. They still keep getting paid. How's that working out for you? We used to live in a city that had a Dodge name, Hoover Avenue 5, Lynch Road Assembly. All the Matt Stabbing plant, all of that is gone. We're not going back to what that was. But there are people that continue to believe if we just wait, the Lord is going to start writing checks in the morning. Jesus is going to open up a bank account. Allah is going to show up with a little green card. And whoever they're just going to show up, whatever paperwork they need to make stuff right. I want that to happen. But if it ain't happened yet, it might not be that it's going to happen anytime soon. What is the message? You have to do something. If we want to make freedom, if we want to support freedom, if we want police officers in Detroit to have a pension and they don't now, if we want school teachers in Detroit to get a pension and they don't now, if we want jobs where we can get a livable wage and you don't have that now, and if we don't want to have folks that maybe people that can't work, they be able to live and they can't now, if we want education, and for everybody I was talking, there's still 26 letters in the alphabet. Keep that K and that Q. There's still 10 primary numbers. Why can't the children learn? They can't learn because it's no good for you to have education no more. They don't need the lazy trifling butt no more. So if you can't work, you don't need education, you don't need health care, you ain't got to have a house to live in, you don't need nothing. And at the end of the day, the reason you're so dumb is your fault. Well, here's our plan for welfare rates. Keep living like that. Keep right on living that way. And as this welfare rate, a locomotive is running down the street, taking houses and moving veterans in, taking houses and moving low-income women and children in. And by the time somebody figures out what we're doing, our neighborhoods will be on the way to getting healed. The rest of you that's waiting on Jehovah, Allah, Jesus, Mark, Anthony, all the rest of it, I want you to right on waiting on it. But while you're waiting on them, we'll be going down the road to make the world the spiritual place it can be. My name is Maureen Taylor, state chairperson of Michigan Welfare Rights Organization, and I'm telling you, get busy doing some damn thing. Just following over. Not only do we bring you joy, hey, keep it down. Quiet. Not only do we bring you greetings from Detroit and Highland Park, which is the capital of Detroit, but we bring you greetings from the whole of Michigan, because what we have learned, given what we're living under, a slow-walking fascism that is being put in place. That's right. That the rest of the country has got to come through Michigan to understand what is coming to your neighborhood. Right. They are attacking our democracy each day. They are not playing with us. That's right. This is just a side effect of what's going on throughout this state. And they're slowly running it into other states. Public Act 4. Yes. Is a tool of the corporation to rob us for everything. Maureen, I'm going to take from what Maureen has said at the end. If they don't need us to work no more, then as far as they're concerned, they're moving a slow death to kill us. Right.
the next generation of folks, the young people that are our young grandchildren and what have you, really don't have nothing to look forward to. But we can train them to be the revolutionaries. We can train them to be the fighters that is leading in the trenches. To understand that as far as the moral problems that we are having out here, that they have to protect that and make sure that we have a future. You have to shape it, nurture it, and make sure that the world is not going to die under their leadership. We need a new society. For this type of nonsense to continue. For them to throw out some 30,000 families in the state of Michigan is genocide. For them to be out on the street and the banks get away with all the money that they have gotten away with. The corporations are continually being bailed out. This is criminal. We need to bring this government to court. Not to the package court that they rule and control, but to the court of the people and say enough is enough. And the situation that we're looking in Benton Harbor and sees today, it's up to us whether or not we're 82 years old like a person we brought with us, or a young person that is here. It's up to us to make sure that we have a future for the next generation. You are the leaders that we've been waiting on. Look, Martin Luther King is not here no more. Go on and on and on. You are the kings, you are the queens that we've been waiting on. You are the revolutionaries. Get out there and begin to fight for the next generation.
And people speaking from various political perspectives.
Yes, sir.
But there's one thing
Yes, sir.
that you must understand. Where we are and where we've got to go. So the question is, what to do? What to do? Well, we must recognize that America was born on genocide and slavery. And they call it imperialism. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. What to do? We have learned from our political prisoners and brothers and sisters who are in jail right now and have fought the war against this imperial monster. And we turned our back on it. That's right. We must remember our political prisoners, and we have them in America. Yes. Yes. And what we must do with the education that we have from our political prisoners and those people who are talking to you today is to turn this monster around. Change the agenda to make it our agenda. Our agenda is no more political posturing, voting for the lesser evil, supporting corporations with our money, allowing them to steal our land quietly. No more. You know what to do. Know who's standing beside you. Know who's with you. And let us get this job done together. I am with you. You be with me. We're going to turn this monster around.
Okay, well, it's official. I'm now bleeding for the cause. I put myself on a Sprite bottle. We of Lansing, and of Occupy Lansing in particular, are really proud to be able to be here in support of the people of Benton Harbor. It's all the same fight. We're fighting against injustice all over the state and really all over the country. And we're just glad to be in the trenches here with you. I apologize for boring you with this. The station is kind of new and we have to do a lot of reruns. And so here is my poem for Benton Harbor again. Apologies to those that it's going to work. Whirlpool! What a whack company. Whirlpool! It's a natural calamity. Whirlpool, it pulls you into the sea. What they do to Benton Harbor, they can do to me. What have they done to your city? They took your jobs, but not your dignity. Your elders sent to rot in prison. They mock his word that he has risen. Your young lay bleeding in the street. They laugh now, but the story is incomplete. They blindly take what Lincoln restored. We shall not rest while rights are ignored. And it's all because of Whirlpool. What a whack company. Whirlpool, it's a natural catastrophe. Whirlpool, it pulls you into the sea. What they do to Benton Harbor, they can do to you and me. While one amongst us is not free, with no justice, no peace that can there be. They stole your heart, a golf course to make. I want to see every stupid golf cart 6 feet in the lake. Police and judges and the EFM. It's a conspiracy of terror. It's us against them. They plotted in darkness, but their cover is blown. Thank you, Rachel Maddow. They will reap as they've sown. All right.
My name is Daniel Lee. I'm originally from outside of Tuskegee, Alabama, but I currently live in Los Angeles, California. I'm here representing two groups. One is Move to Amend. We're advocating for an amendment to the Constitution to end all corporate rights and to say that only people are entitled to constitutional rights, and that money is not spent. The other organization I'm here to represent is Occupy Los Angeles, and we do the grunt work. All right. Before was just talking about the misuse of police. I was one of 292 people arrested the night of the Occupy Los Angeles parade. In terms of the misuse of public funds, they allocated 1,800 cops to arrest roughly 300 people. So I just wanted to mention that. But I wanted to start out, I'm going to be short and sweet, with two quotes that I think sort of exemplify why I'm in Benton Harbor and why Benton Harbor and the issues that you're going through locally are issues for everyone. They're very familiar quotes. Forgive me for being repetitive, but I think they are very appropriate. The first one is from Martin Niemöller. It starts out, "First, they came for the socialists, and I did not speak out because I was not a socialist. Then they came for the trade unionists, and I did not speak out because I was not a trade unionist. Then they came for the Jews, and I did not speak out because I was not a Jew. Then they came for me, and there was no one left to speak for me." Yeah. That's from Martin Niemöller. The second quote, you'll probably remember as well. It's, "An injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere." Come on. Come on, bro. Come on, bro. And I bring up both of them. One, because there's an injustice in Benton Harbor. And two, because what Martin Niemöller was speaking about was fascism. And unlike Martin Luther King Jr., who went to jail numerous times, that's right, and actually had that quote from he was in the Montgomery jail, Martin Niemöller didn't speak about this until after he held his words. Until after he was taken and put into a concentration camp and got a first-hand view of how bad fascism is when you don't speak out about it, when you see it coming. So what I want to say to the people around the country and to the people here is that if you don't speak for Benton Harbor, you don't speak for America. Even though I found out about the issues that have been going on here for over 30 years through Rachel Maddow, I know about it now. So it's my responsibility to say something. And it's my responsibility to do something. And it's my responsibility to tell other people around the world sitting on the sidelines that you can't do that. Not if you live in America, and not if you believe in democracy, and not if you believe the right of people for self-determination and local rule.
Woo! Great fucking work, you guys. That's great. That's awesome.
Oh, yeah.
That's one hell of a raft.
Oh, yeah. She's sturdy. Make sure you got stand.
That's great. Did you assemble it here? I mean, when you got into town? Yeah?
Half and half.
Wow. That's fantastic.
What's up, Bronco?
How long of a trek was that for you?
How long was the trip?
A 3 hour tour.
The gravity heals, just sick for revenge. It's like my lungs filled with chains. The sky seems so low, it hasn't moved this slow since the Virgin. Since the Virgin went dancing for the rain. You know the stars in the night, they're like the holes in a cable, like the ceiling of a bomb down church. But gravity blocks my screams, it's like an a shadow